Now, the reason why you're yet to enjoy oneness with your spouse is because you're yet to leave. Genesis 2:24 says, and a man must leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. That means for you to be able to cleave, you must leave. For you to be able to experience that oneness, that agreement with your spouse, you must leave. There must be a leaving before a cleaving. When we talk about leaving your father, your mother, it's not about you abandoning your family, no. It's not about you disowning the family of your birth, no. It means from now henceforth, you're not going to be taking decisions based on family influence, which is detrimental to your spouse. A lot of you have not grown to the point of maturity where you learn to filter advice. It's not every advice from your father, your mother, your relative, your siblings, your boss in the office. These are external factors. Because when God talks about marriage, he talks about the two becoming one flesh. Anything outside the two is not part of the marriage. So a lot of you have given your parents so much rights and privilege to the point that they decide what goes on in your home, what goes on in your marriage. Many a times you don't even consult your spouse, but you consult your parents, you consult your siblings, and anything they say stands in your home. At the detriment of your wife, even the detriment of your kids. At the detriment of your husband, at the detriment of your children. That means you're yet to leave. Until you get to that point when you have left, that is the only time you can cleave. It is not possible to cleave. It is not possible to establish that oneness, that totality, that unism in marriage with your spouse if you're yet to leave. Leave any negative influence in your home and in your family. You listen. You've not gotten to the point. I'm not saying you should not take your parents' advice or your boss's advice or whosoever. But you should get to that point that you're able to filter this advice. Know the one that will add value to your home. Know the one, not the one that will hurt your partner. A lot of you are cleaving to people that are not your spouse. That's the problem. Many of you are hurting your spouse today because of what your parents have told you. Because of what people that have enjoyed their own marriages and still enjoying have told you. They are enjoying their own marriage but destroying your own home, and you're allowing it. Who is a fool here? Who is a fool here? That is why I have come with this message this morning to remind you that there must be a living. You must learn to live and cleave to your spouse and cleave to your wife to experience the one flesh God is talking about. And let me tell you something this minute. One flesh comes with a whole lot of growth. It comes with a whole lot of fulfillment. When you become one flesh with your spouse, you shut out external figures and factors. You shut out the devil. The devil cannot penetrate because the devil will easily use these people. You run to advice. You run to for advice to influence your mind against your spouse and against your marriage. And so when you're able to shut out and understand that this is my bone and this is my flesh, we have become one flesh, you see that agreement comes easily because you have decided to live. So this minute, you must decide to live so that you can cleave and start experiencing the mercies, the goodness of the Lord in your home, the growth, the love, the bond, the peace that passeth all understanding. You must learn to live to be able to cleave. And that's the message I'm bringing to you this minute. And if you know for any reason you've not been able to live, you keep running back and taking everything that you have been told to hurt your spouse. A lot of people are going through so much emotional pain and trauma, they don't know how to come out of it because their husbands, their wives keep running outside for advice, and anything the people outside tell you is what stands. What your spouse is telling you does not count. What mama, papa says, what my brother, my sister says, and the spouse does not even know where this problem is coming from because you have opened the doors to external influence. You must learn to live to be able to cleave. That's my message from the scriptures this morning. And if there is anything that is stopping you from living completely, in the name of Jesus, pray this prayer along with me. I break that influence completely in the name of Jesus, and I set you free, because it's a bondage that will end up destroying not just you, but your family, your marriage. In the name of Jesus, I break that influence and I set you free. At this point, you are living and you are cleaving completely to your spouse in the name of Jesus. Some of it is a spiritual manipulation and attack, and that's why you need to pray. You need to pray. If you have a spouse that is influenced by these external factors, external people, in the name of Jesus, you need to keep praying. You need to pray in tongues about it, because some of this is an invocation from the pit of hell, from the covenant against them. You need to break it, because until you leave, you cannot cleave in the name of Jesus.